The deck of the aircraft carrier is a familiar scene of controlled chaos. At night, it transforms into a landscape of blinking lights and deep shadows. Waves crash against the hull, sending a fine mist into the cool, salty air. Then, a new shape breaks the familiar pattern. It glides into the pool of light cast by the island's superstructure. Its form, low and alien. It is impossibly sleek, its lines seeming to bend light around its skin. This is not a Super Hornet. This is not a Growler. It is something entirely new, a silent predator waiting for its moment. The camera moves in, and the designation becomes clear. This is the first look at the Navy's 6th-generation fighter, a fundamental shift for U.S. naval aviation. So, what makes a fighter 6th generation? It moves beyond the 5th generation. Jets like the F-22 Raptor and F-35 Lightning II, 5th gen gave us stealth and advanced sensor fusion. 6th gen expands these and adds revolutionary new features. It is defined by a system of systems. Deep integration across domains. The jet becomes the core of a networked team of manned and unmanned assets. Key pillars: enhanced stealth, adaptive engines, AI-driven cockpits, and teaming. Improved low observability makes detection, tracking, and targeting harder than ever. Adaptive cycle engines boost range, speed, and thermal efficiency. Fly farther, faster, on less fuel. AI acts as a co-pilot, managing data and workload under pressure. The pilot can command a small fleet of collaborative combat aircraft, loyal wingmen, all of it fused and shared across the network for information superiority. The Navy fights in a different world, the vastness of the ocean. Its aircraft must meet unforgiving challenges daily. A carrier strike group is an island of power, responsible for immense areas of sea and sky. Exceptional range and endurance are mandatory. Protect the fleet. Strike deep ashore. Minimize refueling. Salt, humidity, and rough seas punish machines and crews. Take off from a pitching deck via catapult and slam back down. Tail hook to a stop in seconds. Materials and electronics must resist corrosion and moisture. Integration with shipboard combat systems is non-negotiable. Share data with destroyers, cruisers, and the carrier in real time. Hence, the Navy's NGAD FAXX, optimized for carriers and long-range over water. Priorities: endurance, payload, survivability in the maritime fight, to keep the carrier the dominant instrument of sea power this century. Extreme stealth starts with shape, flowing curves, no right angles. Its geometry deflects radar energy away from the source. Radar-absorbent materials soak up returns instead of reflecting them. Result: closer access to targets in defended zones. A smart skin, sensors blended into the airframe, sees in all directions. Onboard computers fuse radar, infrared, and electronic signatures into one picture, then share it securely across the force. Adaptive engines shift for either maximum thrust or maximum efficiency. Sprint fast or loiter long on far less fuel. Open architecture means easy upgrades to sensors, processors, and weapons. Future tech drops in with modular hardware and software changes. A defining trait: control of collaborative combat aircraft, loyal wingmen. Task them to scout, jam radars, or engage targets. They extend reach and keep the manned jet out of harm's way. Electronic attack creates corridors for a strike. Multiple targets can be hit at once, mass without risking a pilot. AI filters data, manages drones, suggests tactics, so the pilot commands the fight. FAXX is hardened for sea. Coatings resist relentless salt spray. Sensitive electronics live in sealed, protected compartments. Launches are controlled violence. Structures and nose gear take the load. Landings are harsher still, thousands of cycles over a lifetime. Folding wings and modular panels maximize cramped hangar space. Fast access and quick swaps keep sortie rates high. Navigation resists jamming and doesn't rely solely on GPS. Long-range comms keep it connected hundreds of miles out. Before metal is cut, years of simulations refine aerodynamics and structure. Then prototypes fly. Engineers watch telemetry while pilots push limits. Hundreds of catchshots and traps, first on land, then at sea. Heavy training builds skills safely and cost-effectively. Safety underpins everything: redundancy, verification, and ethics for AI. The result: a fighter that is incredibly capable and exceptionally safe for those who fly and maintain it. The F-35 brought stealth and sensor fusion to the fleet. FAXX goes further, brain of a larger network, not a lone platform. Manned-unmanned teaming multiplies reach and impact. Adaptive engines and endurance answer the distances of the Pacific. Greater combat radius pushes carrier influence farther from shore. This fighter is a cornerstone of maritime superiority in a complex world. Extreme stealth, long range, advanced sensors, and networks, an evolution in air power. The goal: advantages adversaries cannot easily counter. Human ingenuity, amplified by AI and robotic wingmen. A powerful symbol of what is to come, a networked naval force. It will be costly and complex. Modularity helps it adapt for decades. As it moves from testing to service, this aircraft will reshape skies over the ocean and define the next chapter of naval aviation.